Good morning. It is just after sunrise and I am here on another trail off the Mountain Loop Highway. Today I am going to be hiking Heather Lake, which is the other popular lake that is located on the flanks of Mount Pilchuck. I mean, last week we did Lake 22, and today I have even more beautiful weather and I'm going up to Heather Lake. Now, you may notice that I am not at the trailhead yet, and that is because Heather Lake has a notoriously awful road, like craterous. It looks like bombs got dropped on this road, and there is no way my little sedan is going to be making it up this. So I am adding mileage to walk the gravel road to the trailhead, and then I will be hiking the trail. The trail itself is 5 miles round trip with just over 1,000 feet of elevation gain, so it's a pretty easy trail all around, and I'm just adding some additional mileage. I think like a mile, mile and a half, 2 miles round trip to the entire venture to make it so I'm still have a drivable car at the end of this. It's the middle of January and it is a gorgeous clear day, so we're gonna get some amazing views of Mount Pilchuck and the snow-covered mountain. Let you know when I reach the trailhead. Reach the actual trailhead. It was a shorter walk than I anticipated from where I was able to park my car, and now I'm on the proper trail to Heather Lake. I'm very excited because this is another popular trail, and I haven't done this one before. I've done Lake 22 so many times and never done Heather Lake, partially because of the road, so I am very excited to be doing this and to now be on a proper forest trail. Look at the size of this thing. Oh my God. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna set up the camera so you can see how big this thing is. This would have been a massive old growth tree. You can tell it's been logged, but what? It's a shame it got cut down, but really cool. Another tree's growing out of it, so new forest. It's a nurse log now. I can tell you so far, the Heather Lake Trail is very similar, no surprises, to Lake 22. It is very creek-like, as I'm sure you've seen in the footage, and also very rocky, so very, very similar. Fewer stairs though, because I mean it's not quite as much climbing, it's not as steep, but yeah, very rocky, very, very much a creek bed in a lot of places, and I like that. This area along the Mountain Loop Highway, especially on the side where the mountains shadow it, it really makes it very much like the rainforest. It is so mossy. check out these frost formations. Wow. There's so many. I think it's because there's so much water that saturated the ground recently, and now it all just expanded so quickly. Wow. They're so delicate. Whoa, geez. Yeah, they are so delicate. So much water is expanding out of the ground all at once. Wow. Yes, and here is an example of a particularly steep and rocky portion of trail. Like, this is a bit of a tiny scramble if you're short. Yeah, this final approach up to the lake, pretty rocky. But it's fun. I like it. The only thing is because it's rocky, I have to test all the rocks that are wet for ice, because I'm near the freeze line and some of them are slick with ice, so it's been making for some slower going, but I'm really almost to the lake this time. And I'm really almost to the lake. I feel like I've been saying that half this video now. And I mean, it's kind of true because it's such a short trail, but now I'm just in this gorgeous winter wonderland. And it is weird because, like, the trail is right on the freeze line, so it's like on and off ice and water, so it's like above me there's so much snow, but the ground still looks like this. So kind of a weird transition zone, but this just means it's going to be gorgeous. And yes, I am really almost at the lake. It's a dilemma. The trail goes this way. This is like, I don't know, 5 feet, and I'm not sure I can get over this with the snow and ice on it. And over there is a puddle, so I'm about to climb under this log. See how this goes. It's gonna be, I can fit, but this is an interesting obstacle. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a very tight fit. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh. Okay. That probably looked very embarrassing. I probably climb back over from this side because it's taller, but I'm too short and it's too slippery for me to get it from the other side. But whew, I've earned that lake now. Well, I give you Heather Lake, and it is way more frozen than I was expecting. I'm not going to be walking on it because, yeah, that's extremely dangerous, but this is the other lake. This is like the twin lake to Lake 22, and another magnificent wall of Mount Pilchuck, but that up there is the direction for the summit. I'm not sure that's the true summit. I'm not sure we can see it from here because there's a lookout, but it's another one of those gorgeous walls, and It is a winter wonderland. And this is just like Lake 22. Because it has a loop that goes around the lake, and you can see these steep walls, there's avalanche danger. So, not going to the backside of the lake in the winter. You can see, I'm sure, why there's avalanche danger with this lake as well. It's just these steep walls will shed some, and maybe I'll be lucky enough to see an avalanche, but this is gorgeous, and I am here all by myself. I have this amazing winter lake all to myself, and whew, I had a rough week, so I needed to get out and have a beautiful place like this in solitude. This is amazing. There was just like 5 inches of fresh snow, and all the frost patterns and stuff are from the overnight freeze, so it is absolutely beautiful and just untouched because I'm the first one here. Oh my god. I really needed this. Oh man. It is a cool looking mountain. I do hope to climb Mount Pilchuck eventually. It's just the road is a bit of a obstacle to get to the trailhead, but I will scheme to make it happen one day. I am heading back after enjoying a good almost hour at the lake. Oh my gosh, it is so much fun getting to have a place like that all to yourself. And now I get to have the fun of navigating this top section again, getting over the tree stump, and then leisurely walk back down to the car. And maybe on the way out I'll show you guys the absolute state of the Mount Pilchuck Road to get to this trailhead. Maybe I'll do a mini road report, but I'm still going to be enjoying this beautiful winter wonderland. I'm out of the tricky part of the snow, out of the deep snow, and back on kind of the on and off slush rock ice trail. And I did end up having to climb back under that log. There's no way I was going over. It is a fun obstacle, and it's one of the reasons I like doing some of these easier trails in the winter, because boy, it sure makes for more of an adventure. This would be like a super chill, easy trail, I think, in the summer, and it still kind of is for the winter, but it definitely makes it more of an adventure, and that is what I like. Also fewer crowds in the winter, so you know, and that is definitely my thing. But now I'm gonna go and hopefully get back down below the freeze line soon, because it has been slow going, checking each step for ice. And then I gotta see the pretty mossy forest on the way out. Well, I made it back to the car, finished my road walk, and I'll include like a tiny bit of the footage of the road. One of the reasons I talk about this road is this is a road that a lot of people ask questions about, but I'm just gonna post like a tiny little like road report that I can give to the local hiking community. But well, I made it back, and Heather Lake was beautiful, especially with the fresh snow and frost. Oh my gosh. And I didn't see people until I got back down to the trailhead, and a couple people showed up, and oh man, solitary trail experiences, what I needed today, and amazing views. One of the better weather days we've had this January, so it was very nice to take advantage of it. And I will say, overall the trail is nice, but this one I think is rougher than the Lake 22 trail, just because it is so washed out. And so it's a lot rockier, and I think just slightly more challenging terrain-wise, because I guess I'll answer the question of like, I'm sure the inevitable question is like, is Heather Lake or Lake 22 better? The lakes themselves, I think, are very similar. So, I mean, like, I'm not sure if I can pick between them. They're both gorgeous. But the Lake 22 trail is definitely way nicer, way more maintained, and a lot easier. So if I was going to recommend it to between the two lakes to a newer hiker to the area, I would recommend Lake 22. But I think this one is definitely worth checking out as well. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I think is beautiful, beautiful in the winter. Oh my goodness. Lakes with these just sheer cliffs and snow. Oh man, beautiful. Anyway, I do think that it ordinarily would be a pretty easy trail, like in the summer, just little bit of extra added challenge with the snow and ice and everything, which was just so much fun for me. But anyway, I have to get going. So thank you so much for watching, and here are my favorite pictures from the trail today. Enjoy.